Hi, this is Dorothy Smith, and I am doing the second in the series of Yesterday and Today uh, collection. This is from Close to My Heart and great for vintage or heritage photos, and I'm going to do Project 1. So we use the espresso and toffee, and I've got my journaling pen and an earth blend, tri-blend marker. So I've already cut apart the Project 1 die cuts so that there would not be any kind of confusion of looking for something that's in another project. So I went ahead and cut the few pieces that needed to be cut. That was some linen and also some French vanilla. And so I just set those to the side. And one thing we're going to do, so you can see the front and back of the linen. So the lighter part is going to be the larger piece. And they suggest tearing the edge to make a nice ripped edge. And all of our cardstock has white core to it. And so if you just kind of gently pull the cardstock towards you, it shows the white core of the cardstock. Now, if you did it the other way, then it would just be the color. The white core wouldn't show through. So it wouldn't be as obvious that you've got kind of a ripped edge to kind of show, a little age distressing. I guess you could add some distressing to that to kind of make it stick out a little bit more. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and put the pieces down. And on that side, you can kind of see what it looks like without the white cardstock core showing on the cardstock. See, and it's just the ripped edge, which isn't bad either. It just kind of depends on what effect you're going for. So I'm just scooching the slimmer piece under the thicker piece. And then the scalloped border goes on the far edge. So simple enough so far. So the main piece for the left side of Project 1 is a big envelope. So this is the envelope liner, and we'll go ahead and take all the pieces out from their carrier sheets. And you could actually add more color to these leaves and flowers if you want to, but I didn't really think that they needed it. They have some tinge of the appropriate toffee color and espresso color. And so here's quite a bit of flowers, and I just kind of did a catch as catch can here with putting the flowers and the leaves in what I kind of picked to be the appropriate spot. Now, I probably missed some because I had leftovers. So don't be too chinchy with putting your flowers and leaves around. And then you've got some butterflies, yay butterflies, and some metal look handles. So now after I started the first page here, I got in the mail the some additional elements that can go with the Yesterday and Today, and they are foil die cuts. So they have all of these little metal pieces that are hinged and handles and stuff, very cool looking, but they are shiny and look metallic, so they're very, very cool. So it was easier to fold. This envelope is scored, so it was easier to fold it the wrong way first to kind of see where it needed to go. And then that liner is going to go inside. And then the envelope flap will kind of be raised up. So I'm just going to put some adhesive on here and first put the flap in place, the liner on the flap. There we've got that. And going wild with my Tombow adhesive. So I'm going to put the line the flap up with the edge of the envelope and put the liner down. So then I'm just doing the very edge of the flap. Now I would suggest using a bone folder or even a pen, the edge of the pen, around the long edge of the pen, and squish the envelope flaps down so that they lay really flat, because mine was kind of poofy in the end. So there's a lot of things that go on top. Then I decided to do a little bit of distressing. And, you know, all the paper could handle some distressing if you wanted to do it. But just for the sake of time, I just did the main piece here, the envelope. That just kind of said it needs to be distressed. And I used, of course, my new Dazo brush. You could use a sponge. We have these really nice sponges that can be cut into smaller pieces. So anyway, this is French vanilla, and I'm putting my photo holder, because I don't have photos picked out yet. I have one of my grandparents, and it really goes with this damask background here. It's their wallpaper on their living room in the house that I remember. Anyway, I think what I need to do is to take that photo, scan it, and enlarge it, and maybe put it on here, and maybe make it sepia. And that would be really cool, because it's really kind of a small photo. It's only like about a 3x3, so it really needs to be enlarged. And then I can get it printed at Persnickety or Walgreens or wherever, you know. You can use wherever you get your prints done. A lot of people use Costco. So I'm just kind of looking for pieces that go with. There's some nice little phrases on these small little pieces. And it's like together and remember and family. You know, it's all sorts of perfect little phrases that are good for this. Now that's going to be a journaling card, so I'll probably just kind of set it in there and not really glue it in, so I can pull it out and journal on it. So what I'm going to do is use one of the, there's a metallic that goes, see, now would be a really good time to flatten that envelope out. I wish I had done that. Oh well. So I'm just kind of setting it in place. And all of these wood, I didn't think that those were going to get all colored. But look at how, I'm going to show you two different things. So you want to pop out those little pieces. So the first way I'm going to do it is with the brush and the ink pad. And I'm just staining the little lock. And I thought, well, the toffee will look really good with that. And then I think, well, let me try just flip it on the other side and stain it with the Earth Blend marker, the Tri-Blend marker. And look at how the wood takes up the color from the marker. I mean, it's just, and you know what? Look at how much better. It has kind of a mahogany look to it, which, you know, I kind of equate with my grandparents. They had a lot of mahogany furniture. Oh, yeah. So much better with the marker than just the toffee ink. It's just so much brighter looking. And it goes better with the flowers. So, because see, there's kind of a reddish hue to those flowers. And so I'm just kind of placing the flowers around, you know, to see how they look before I stick anything down. It's, you know, I was really going to change when I first saw this. I really liked the papers right off the bat, and then I started looking at them, and it was like, God, they're kind of dark looking and a little busy looking, and you know, then the more I looked at them, after I started, I was not going to do the layouts as they are, as they're shown in the instructions. I was going to come up with some of my own. And I always kind of think, you always think that it's, oh, you can do better. But then I put them together and it's like, oh man, those are really nice. I really like the way they look, and they'll, anyway. So, not being a highly artistic person, I mean, the reason why I got into Close to My Heart was because I can follow instructions, but I don't have an artistic head where I just come up, I can just see things and come up with stuff off the top of my head. But I can follow instructions. And so that's why I say anybody can really do this kind of scrapbooking, because, I mean, the biggest complaint I get when I ask people if they want to be a consultant is, oh, I'm not artistic and I can't create anything. And it was like, well, that's where I was. This is me coloring using the same marker and coloring the white pearls to go with the wood. And so you can color your white pearls or your clear sparkles. You can color those with the markers and it will stick. So don't feel like you've got to use the white. You could use the white if you wanted to, but you can totally color the pearls and your clear sparkles. Anyway, forget what I was saying. Oh, and I'm going to add some color to the little bird and just give him some brown accents, like a cowbird or something. Anyway, so, I am not artistic and I am not super creative, but if you can follow any kind of instructions, then you can totally do these things. And you just get faster at cutting. So, that's just good practice. And folks, I have read many times that doing crafts is good for the brain. So it really helps to keep the brain nimble. And I don't know about you, but I need all the nimble I can get. So there I'm just tucking the little bird in the branches. These kind of look like dogwood to me. They have kind of a dogwood look to them. The dogwood should be starting to bloom. It's getting to be spring here. So these papers are from the March-April 2020 catalog. And you know what? I don't even know that I did a catalog video. I might have to do a catalog video. And it's me trying to find where I put the marker. Okay, you get these little buttons, and I just thought they were kind of like little mistakes, that they're in the wood packet. But they use these as little embellishments. So you can use the foam dots, but I think the Tombow sticks better. They kind of come off easily. I'm kind of hoping they'll hold in place. But I think using the liquid Tombow is a little bit better for these wooden embellishments. And that's a sticker. The Then and Now is a sticker, and then also that little wood look kind of looks like a handle. Excuse me. Is also a sticker. Pardon me, my throat's getting dry. So I'm just going to use the liquid Tombow and put a little blob here and a little blob there and stick those little buttons or whatever you want to call them in place. And it just adds a little something to the envelope. So now I'm going to put the second cluster of flowers off to the left. And I come back later on after I finish the second page and put another fleur-de-lis. There's another small fleur-de-lis wooden one that goes up in the left-hand cluster. And so that's another sticker with a fleur-de-lis that's going on there. That kind of makes it easy to pick the little journaling card up and read it. So you could write all the way down to the bottom of the card, and since you can pick it up and pull it out and not stick it in place, then you can, pull it out, read it, and then put it back in. And so I'm just adding the foam dots to the leaves and the flowers just to give a little dimension to the page. You can totally lay them flat if you want to. Not a big deal, but I just decided to add some. Once you start adding dimension to your scrapbook pages and your cards, then you really don't stop. So because all of a sudden you realize that adding dimension really adds dimension. It really adds a lot of interest, a lot more interest to your layouts. So coloring some pearls, putting them here, putting them there. And another little leaf. So the bird is surrounded front and back by the leaves and flowers. So that's very cool. And then another little, I think it said together. So here's the second page. And see, this is what I got in the mail. So these are the foil die cuts. And look at that. I mean, they definitely have a metallic. All the locks and keys and stuff definitely have a metallic look. And I also got the Picture My Life cards. And I would suggest if you're going to get, any of the kits, these Picture My Life cards can be used for journaling cards. They can be used for titles. They're both vertical and horizontal with the same stuff. Look at that. That's perfect, right? So nice little cards. Great for making cards, great for just making, like if you have leftover papers from the workshop after you've done all 3 layouts, or if you don't want to do these layouts and you want to do some others, and you can just use those cards to help you out and just make things super simple. So I'm going ahead and ripping, and I'm just showing you. So if you go that way, then you don't get the white core showing. So either way, it depends on what you want it to look like. And you just want to kind of keep your finger so to help guide keep your right hand holding the cardstock while your left hand is doing the work. And it kind of keeps things from getting too far inward. So you're just going along the edge. And so I'm going to put that down. And then I'll snug this one up under. And I'm probably showing more of the linen cardstock. But that's okay because the damask print is very, very busy. And, a little calmness in that, with that print, to me, helps. A little damask goes a long way. So I'm just reading the instructions here, and they want you to go 3/4 inches from the left-hand side. And this is, I was thinking it was linen, but it's actually the French vanilla, and it says to leave space up at the top because you're going to be tucking a journaling card under the top there. So I'm just going to go ahead and use my ruler and get 3/4 of an inch over, and it's like 3 1/8 inches. I don't know why it was so big a deal about the 1/8 inch, but here we go. There's 3/4 of an inch and about 3 inches down, 3 inches and a tad. And just trying to take a little bit of the stickum off. So I was thinking that was way smaller than what I picked. Those are for 2 4x6 images. So that was a bigger piece than I remembered when I cut it. Anyway, so those are 2 4x6s. So good size photos are going there. And then a little corner here, a little, the old photo corners from yesteryear. So I'm not squishing it all the way down because I want to be able to tuck an image up under. And so that little envelope, so we have a repeat pattern going here. And I shouldn't have put stickum on that side there. Didn't know, I wasn't thinking. And that is another journaling card that's going to get tucked under. So that is also something that you don't have to necessarily glue down, so you can pull it up and read it. And then I'm just putting, you know, they had something different than what I have. I think I've got yesterday in there. But they had a 2-word phrase going in there. So hopefully me changing the words around doesn't bite me when I do the next 2, project 2 and 3. So there are 2 fleur-de-lis, a big one and that little tiny one. And then I realized that that little tiny one is supposed to go over on the left paper. So I'm coloring the fleur-de-lis again so it kind of matches the lock, the heart-shaped locket. And, you know, I really thought I'd like that toffee ink, but this is just the marker is definitely the way to go. And I'm just kind of sparingly putting ink around rather than trying the little foam dots. So there we go. And I think some other pieces go on there. So the little handle is going to go on the envelope. So that's kind of similar to the piece on the other side. And then I'm going to make another little cluster down in the corner here. And see, I've got quite a few flowers and leaves left. So I'm using the colored flowers. That's what they show. I mean, you can use whichever ones you want to. You know, whether they're the color ones or just the, you know, off-white ones. You know, just whatever you want to use. That's like a no, there are no rules here for which ones to use. Because these are all supposed to go with project 1. So this page is going much quicker than the other page for whatever reason. And, you know, below I have everything listed. I have the entire collection of yesterday and today is listed below. And if you click on the link, it will take you to my website if you want to buy any of this, purchase any of it. That would be absolutely wonderful. I would love you forever. But anyway, the entire collection, so that means the scrapbooking kit, the stamp set that goes with the scrapbooking kit, extra paper, extra yesterday and today paper, the coordinating cardstock, the foil die cuts, the PML cards, the Picture My Life cards. There's a card making kit that has some wonderful cards, really beautiful cards, and the inks and whatever the markers that can be chosen to go with this. So here's the, that's why I didn't put the Tombow all the way to the top, because that gets tucked in. And a little butterfly, some more flowers. We're going to go over here. So I'm hoping that you subscribe to my channel and, you know, ring the bell so you can know when a new video is coming up. And this is project 1 of yesterday and today. I showed the kits, so this is project 1. I will be, the next day or so, I'll be working on projects 2 and projects 3. And I already did the Heritage Craft with Heart super easy cut above layout that goes with this particular paper kit. So we'll see what else happens with. So there's some stickers that are going to go on there. I was looking for actually a smaller sticker than that. There it is. So I hope you like this. You can see that it's not hard to make, and you end up with some really lovely papers. You could even, if you wanted to make pages to give to parents or grandparents, this would be a wonderful gift for some older people. I use that gently because I'm one of those myself. And here's the little fleur-de-lis that's going to go. See, there's an empty little space that's screaming, give me something, give me an embellishment here. And so I'll color it. I just can't get over how the wood just takes these markers up just perfectly. And it's not like it comes off on your hands either. So I'm glad I had my nails done. My pink nails were looking kind of ragged. They were growing out. Anywho, here we go. There we are. Let me see all those flowers? I could stash those on those corners easily. So let me just set everything aside so you can get a good view of what the side-by-side pages look like. And, I thought that they were going to be kind of dark and busy, but I really, really like the way they look. I'm very happy with those. This is always how it happens with me. Oh, I don't know if I like that. And then I do it and it's like, oh my God, that's gorgeous. How could I improve on that? So anyway, here's my papers, my pages, and there's the colors that go with the kit. And this is the Yesterday and Today workshop kit from Close to My Heart. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye now.